Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We're going to be talking about BGG Con 2015.
What's BGG Con?
Board Game Geek. Look over my shoulder. You can see some that I got from there now.
And Tomatin, French oak.
Bingo, baby, Tomatin.
Let's test it.
Tested! All right, Bruno. So this is my third Scotch tasting I've run at the Board Game Geek convention. And I'm going to tell you this one was the most heavily attended, but not the best tasting. I would not even say it was a tasting.
Well, let's talk about Board Game Geek Con. It's been in Dallas. It's always in Dallas?
Yeah,
okay.
The main guy, Aldi, lives in Dallas.
So 3 years ago, how many people did you have attend?
That was pretty good, 55.
55 people?
Yeah, and that surprised me. I was hoping to get 10, and there was a whole screw up where I had a VIP room, and then they double booked it, so they put me in like more of a big conference room, and it worked great. The only problem was we had so many people, so many bottles, like 30 bottles, that it was too much, and it took too long because we were trying to get everybody to get some and then taste it at the same time. It was impossible, so we just kind of sent it around. But it worked much more like a tasting. I just didn't have enough of a type.
Okay.
I was going to cancel it because the hotel said, hey, I know they knew they screwed up, but they said you can't have your own alcohol in these conference rooms. You have to buy all the scotch from us.
That was 3 years ago, the first one.
Yeah. And so I just said, okay, no big deal. We won't do it. And then a bunch of people said, no, you got to do something. The law says you can host them in your room. So I did what was called kind of a scotch crawl or a pub crawl. Worked pretty good. And then I did that again. And I got a lot of publicity. We had some great bottles. We had Bruichladdich and Balveni's. We had
this year, what about last year? So from the first year to last year, like people-wise, did you have better turnout?
Yeah, it was packed.
2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago.
No, this year it was packed. It was so packed that all the bottles got drained, and it kind of turned into, I joked around on Twitter, it was more of a Scotch attack than a tasting. And it had more of a party atmosphere rather than a tasting, which is okay.
What about people?
Loved it.
Did you have more people?
Tons more people. And there was a lot of people that knew a lot about Scotch. The problem was even they were coming up saying, this is more of like a hospitality room drinking at a convention thing rather than an actual Scotch tasting. Although we had Octomore there, we had the Black Arts from Bruichladdich, we had Balvenie 17, 14, 12.
So you just need to get back kind of more of the tasting atmosphere.
Yeah, it's not, we've said this before, I don't drink this to get intoxicated.
Right.
You and I could spend an hour with an ounce of this stuff, and I love it. That's what I love about it. And there really wasn't even an opportunity to talk about it. So it's just people drinking it and going, ooh, I don't like that, or ooh, I like this, or whatever. So I'm going to change up. It's going to be smaller and more personable next year.
So I'd say, get back to the tasting atmosphere. Maybe just have, maybe if you got 3 or 4 rooms, maybe even have the same scotches in each of the rooms.
Yeah, that would be
with a little bit of a presentation and education on each one.
The logistics is the problem because I'm counting on people to bring the bottles. It would be great if I could say, if you want to be part of this, send me $50, and then I just source all the alcohol. But then it gets into some weird areas of, am I providing alcohol for a fee or whatever, so it's much better when people just bring their bottles. So I'm going to have to figure that out, what are the rules are in Texas and everything else, because I want to do it right. I may even contact, if there's a distillery out there that wants to host several bottles for it, let me know and I'll get with your rep and we'll bring you in and we'll do it that way. But Tomatin, if you want to come down, since we're talking about Tomatin, because I love your stuff, the 18, the French oak, the Dulcis. What do you get on the nose? I get fruit.
Let's just back up a little. This is a 12-year. The French oak, and like you said, they also come out with the Dulcis or the Legacy, as it's known in other countries. I guess we learned later after we shot that video of the Dulcis that it's called the Legacy in every other parts of the world except for the United States.
Because someone had a patent on Legacy. Right.
But I think this is a newer release as well, isn't it, from Tomatin?
I don't know. So,
And overall, I've been impressed with the tomatins, the prices that they come in at, and the quality that you get out of the tomatins.
right. They also have the highest distillery in Scotland.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like 10,000 something square feet up in some mountains.
10,000 square feet up?
Sorry, square feet. I've been finishing the basement. Everything's in square feet. 10,000 feet.
I thought you were
up.
gonna say it's 10,000 square foot warehouse.
No, where is it? It's in the. I'll say this wrong. Monadahaliath. That's got to be close, right?
I'm not gonna try
Mountains just south of Inverness. Oh, capital of the Highlands of Scotland. Sorry, Tomatin. I'm sure those are beautiful mountains. I grew up in the mountains of Colorado, so I get you.
Now this box was a gift as well. The Dualches come in the $20 to $25 range, and I think this one from looking online is the $30 to $35 range. Have you checked?
Mm-mm.
On the nose, it's very, very citrusy, very floral.
So I've gone in on the taste. I get that almost a sweet, like a hint for me of molasses that's in there. It's real faint, real light, a little bit of floral, dark fruit.
Are you talking? Are you jumping to the taste, or are you still on the nose?
I'm on taste.
I get still on my nose a little bit. I do get the floral, a little bit of oak. I do get a little bit of glue, almost Elmer's glue smell to it. Grassiness and lemon. And I don't think it's glue in a bad way.
Well, I don't get the glue. I get the citrus. A bit of a malty aftertaste. The aftertaste lingers and trails smoothly. I get some of the almost a little bit of that prune or plum, and then as it trails out, it turns malty, which is kind of interesting with this one. It's one of the things I like about it. It's a subtle, soft tomatin, really rounded on the edges.
Are we at 46%?
I would almost guarantee yes.
It's very good, neat. Almost like you don't need water, and
true.
you don't because we don't have any in our glass.
I forgot to put water in there. Let me go get it.
But no, we've tasted it beforehand, and I used water when I tasted. Unless you want to get some.
No,
for yours,
we're fine. We're fine. No water in the mini Glencairn.
It's a very full, good mouthfeel, neat, oak, honey. I get the malt and a little bit of pear, I think, on the citrus.
Yeah, it's just a real light, relaxed Scotch for me. It's that darker fruit finish that then lingers and turns malty on me that really surprises me. And when I sit down with this in front of the fire and I'm just slowly sipping on it, that's the part where I'll just sit there and, I've got some music on and I'm just sitting there going, wow, look at this. It's still trailing out. It's still finishing, and it's slight and it's subtle.
Did you say dark fruit though? You get?
Yeah, I get almost like right after I swallow, I get almost a plumminess or a raisin, kind of like that sherryness. I don't think it's sherried. I
don't think so.
But then that then transitions slowly more into the malty flavor again for me.
I like it. It's good. Another another well done release from Tomatin.
Well, what always surprises me is the price.
Yeah.
Because I'll try this and say, wow, I can't believe the value I'm getting on this bottle. I've had, especially at the con, a lot of people came up and said, hey, I couldn't make it, and I really wanted to because I wanted to try some different scotches. And I told them, it probably wasn't the best tasting. Why don't you get with me later? I have one bottle left over. And they would say, okay. And I'd say, if some of them said, suggest something for me. I said, you cannot go wrong for the price point and the flavors that are out there with the tomatin. I tell them the 18, if you want to spend $60, you can't go wrong with that 18.
I would agree.
And I just send them on their way. I don't worry about them. I don't think they're going to be overpowered by the juice. And they're definitely not scared away by the price. So and I can't wait to hear back from those folks because Tomatin knocks it out of the park with me.
Now, see, I remember, and I've seen a couple places online have said that the Tomatin 14 year is replacing the 15 year. But I haven't seen here. We haven't seen it. I haven't even seen the 14 year here at all, and I still see the 15 on the shelves.
Well, because I think online I was looking up the 15 even back when we did our review, and they called it something like retired or sunsetted, or they didn't use retired. They used something.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, okay. But I did notice it seemed like the 12 and the 15 were almost in the same family, and then I felt almost like the 14 and the 18 were in the same family when we first tried it.
Close.
Yeah, I mean, they're all in the same family.
Right.
But I mean,
yeah.
You know, I was much. I could feel. I felt like the 12 and 15 had more in common than the 14
Probably.
and 18.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Yeah, and what you're getting out of the 12, I didn't just from memory. I don't remember getting a whole bunch more out of the 15. And boy, if they can put out some more 14, holy moly, do that!
Yeah.
I love that 14.
Like I said, I've never even seen the 14 locally. So, and I just saw the Dualches show up in our liquor store, and Kuboken. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I didn't see
I think
it.
that's right. I picked it up. The
Wow.
review will be coming up.
Ooh, yeah.
A slightly peated Tomatin.
That's got me excited, folks. I was going to reference that earlier, and I thought, let me just focus on this. And I was reading that there's like a select period in the year that they do come in and peat. They don't normally peat, obviously. I'm going to concur with you on the 89. I think it's wonderful. It's nice. I want more.
Yep. Delicious.
Yeah. All right. Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro. Dummies.
Do we want to do a bottle review? There's not much here.
Standard Tomatin.
Yeah.
You might as well throw it in there.
All right. Standard Tomatin. It's a tall bottle, almost wine-ish, but they got, what is this? Like a
There's
crest?
like a crest, yeah, on there. You can see the lion, the winged lions. What are they?
Griffin.
Griffin.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I can't remember everybody's name, baby, but I can bring out a winged lion.
Yep.
I love the classic white with the black top and the box bringing in the red lining with that silverness around it. It just looks elegant.
I do like the box, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it just looks...
Standard Tomatin bottle,
looks real
kind of
sharp.
a nice box.
Yeah. So, again, labeling is all nice and everything, but we've been throwing in these bottle reviews just because they're quirky and kind of dumb. Because who really cares? But somebody makes their career, spends a lot of time doing bottle design.
I'll give it a 6 with the box.
Really? You're
Out
going
of
that
10.
far up? With the box?
With
I'm
the
still
box.
going 5 here. It's
it was
middle of
just
the
the
road.
bottle,
It's nice.
Maybe. But with the box,
I like the logo that's actually on there in white, matching the label.
The thing is, with the box, you can wrap it.
There you go.
I don't know. I had to come up with
You
something.
can wrap
You
it.
can't wrap the bottle.
I want to meet Graham. Is it Unsen?
Eunsen.
Or just is the E silent? Sorry, Graham, but I want to meet you and just call you Graham. Because I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing, Graham.
All right.
All right. See you guys.
Later, dudes.
Bye.